we cut overgrown yards for free for people in need or just communities. So I'm just wondering if you know anything about it.
I know everything about that house.
Really? And then we have this mess in the middle of it all. It's so bad, it's covering the whole property pretty much.
This is the young gentleman that showed up and did this for
How you doing?
nothing.
I'm Daniel.
Juan.
Nice to meet you.
Oh shit, you got the shit all down. Look at that.
Yeah, everything. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And hey, if you're just stopping by for the first time, my name is Daniel and I cut overgrown yards with my dad Martin. For today, we were driving around and couldn't help but notice this crazy overgrown yard. This place has been completely overtaken by nature. I'm talking weeds taller than us and the sidewalk completely unusable and the driveway covered in sod. But before we got started, I wanted to knock on our neighbor's door just to see if they knew anything about this property. And well, I couldn't have knocked on a better one. A sweet elderly lady came out and she said she actually knew everything about the property, which you all will see right now. But it turns out she was actually featured on the local news because of this yard. Yeah, it's gotten that bad. The news crew came out and did a whole segment about how this property has been an eyesore in this area for years, and how this lady I'm talking to is really allergic to it and has been having some serious snake problems. We also cut the backyard that had a fallen tree back there. All in all, it took us a total of about 7 hours to complete this one, and it was super fun. So be sure to stick around throughout the full video to see the full crazy process and to see the mind-blowing before and after pictures along with the neighbors' reaction to it. And once again, thank you all for all the support. We love every single one of you. We would not be able to do this without you. And if you want to help support us, one easy way is just by subscribing to the channel today. It is completely free, and there's other ways down in the description. But without further ado, let's get straight into this one.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. My name is Daniel. I was just wondering if you knew anything about this property next door. It's really overgrown.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, we cut yards. We actually do it for free. We run a YouTube channel and we cut overgrown yards for free for people in need or just communities. So I'm just wondering if you know anything about it.
I know everything about that house.
Really? Like what?
I've been here 40 years.
40? And it's always been like this?
No,
No?
it's just been like that for 10 years.
10? Still a long time.
They had the guy that owns the property owns 300 houses.
300?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And he's fell sick. And he's not keeping up with any of his properties. I was on Channel 11, I think.
Oh, on the news?
Uh-huh. I called him.
For the yard?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's got a yard man that comes by about once every 2 years when somebody turns him in.
Once every 2 years. Wow.
There's rats and snakes. And
Yeah, I could imagine. It's really bad. It's a really bad look for the neighborhood too.
yeah,
And it's right next to you. I'm sure
It's
it brings in
horrible.
animals and stuff.
I worry about it a lot every fireworks day.
Oh yeah, it could be a really bad fire hazard.
And until then, we get to live like that.
Now we're gonna go ahead and take care of it today.
Well,
Man.
that's mighty kind of you.
We're just driving around and we saw it and we're like, whoa, like it's covering the whole property almost. We're just gonna go ahead and knock it all down and leave the sidewalk clear, the driveway.
Be careful. Be
Yeah.
Very, very careful. You got rubber boots?
Yeah, we got everything. We're ready.
Just be very careful, son.
All right. Well, we'll get started then.
That's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be out here.
If you need water, right there, or ask me.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless y'all.
We couldn't have found a better one. Almost every yard around here is pretty well maintained, and then we have this mess in the middle of it all. It's so bad, it's covering the whole property pretty much. And this one does have a sidewalk right here as well. I'm super excited to get to work on this one and clean it all up for this community. So let's get straight into it. it's been about 3 hours and it's already looking a lot better. The sidewalk, the curb, and the driveway are all cleared up. But now it's time to get to the serious stuff. This stuff is really tall and we're hoping our mower can really go through it. So let's go ahead and see how it does. about done with the front, so let's go ahead and get started on this backyard. Hello. I was talking to a lady earlier about the yard.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted her to check it out real quick.
Yeah. Talking to you about the yard?
What's going on, Daniel?
We're all done. Just want you to check it out from here.
Well, thank y'all so much. Y'all are God's
do you think?
angels.
What do you think?
I think it's amazing.
Looks all nice and open now.
Yes.
You haven't seen any rats today? No rats?
Oh, they won't come until
No,
that
later?
night.
Okay.
They're nocturnal. And
Yeah.
they jump
We
from
didn't
the
see any.
limbs
Really?
over, and they come down in through your vents.
Wow. We didn't see any. We also cut the backyard,
I saw that.
and we got the sidewalk, the driveway, everything. You think the city will take that? All the limbs and stuff? You think the city will take it?
I don't know. I don't care. Eventually, someday they
Call me if
will.
you need anything.
Yeah, right.
Or they'll put another ticket on his.
All right, Red. I'll take off.
Okay.
I'll
This
take you
is
on
the
this.
young gentleman that showed up and did this for
How you doing?
nothing.
I'm Daniel.
Juan.
Nice to meet you.
Oh shit, you got the shit all done. Look at that.
Yeah, everything. All
That's
right.
good. Cleared out.
God's angel.
Thank you. All right.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
A little sweaty, but
That's okay. Do y'all do yards for a living?
yeah. Yeah, we do videos too. Like we post ones once a week.
Uh-huh.
And we cut them for free, like the most overgrown ones.
Well, I'm sure that one won.
It's up there for sure.